Thank you, everyone who's stopping by here this evening, and for all those who will be catching up on the recording. I know this is not the most opportune time for everybody, so we do appreciate if you check in with us through the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, and eventually here we'll be starting to put these on the website itself. So we do have a few good updates for you this week. A big thing that's taken place is that we have put together the legal opinion paper. That's necessary for some of the bigger exchanges. They want you to have a legal opinion that is signed off on that you are not a security token, but a utility token. A security token is more like a share of stock, whereas a utility token, it has some utility. Things can be bought and purchased with it, but it does not give the holders a interest right within a company. Now, we're not a company to begin with, so the opinion paper was pretty simple to be done, but it does get in depth, and we will be posting that to you soon. That'll be on the website. A lot of good developments on the website as well. We have basically 3 things left to do. One of the things is let me share my screen here with you, is to hook up the tracking for the affiliate shopping center. So we now have a lot of good affiliates, and you can go click on the link. And if you do that, then it triggers an affiliate marketing rebate or money back to the community. And we will be hooking it up so that it tracks which member, if you're logged in, actually made the purchase, so that you get an additional personal rebate on your shopping. The big ones obviously are eBay and Amazon. We put in Bluehost up here as well, because that's what we use to host this community on. Fiverr is also good. As we move forward, this whole entire site is going to be about how you can best utilize the internet, both to keep you safe and to make additional money, maybe even move out of a normal job and make a living online if that's something you want to do. It's a good thing for people from all over the world. And the stores, there's a lot of additional stores here, and we're adding them weekly. So you can get flowers and things that grow in your house and things for your pets. Everybody loves to take care of their pets. Factory outlet. There's a variety of specifics directly into eBay that are things that will save you money. So when you click on something here, for example, then it takes you directly to the site. And if you go shopping, money comes back to the community itself, which is quite useful. It's still loading up some of the pictures here. Yeah. So it's just taking a little bit longer here than it normally does. I've got not the best internet here at the moment. I've got 3 kids, a wife, everybody's on a phone and a computer. So maybe I should, for my own personal purposes, increase the bandwidth. So that's one of the things, is getting that hooked up. The second thing is the prosperity program. And the last thing is the whole wallet system. Because otherwise everything here is working. Actually, you can come in, and if you need to get cloud credits, you can actually do so. And again, we're going to be optimizing the back end here. As soon as our developer says, please go ahead, we're ready to go. So maybe I am buying a prosperity program and I want to already have my cloud credits ready to go. Then I'm able to do so, and I can do so in a variety of ways, actually. I can do it with PayPal, or I can actually do it with a cryptocurrency, and we'll be adding additional cryptocurrencies. Right now we're taking Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether, and we are slowly but surely adding more cryptocurrencies that are the main utility currencies for people to use. So that is coming along quite well. That whole system works. And when you do purchase something like at auction, peer-to-peer, then it just moves between the 2 wallets. So if I bought something from Jack, then Jack's cloud credits would go up in his bank that it showed there. A lot has been done on the event system. This is kind of nice, because now when you add events, you can actually sell the tickets and put in a base price. You can add additional terms to it. And there's a variety of things you can actually do with events. You can put on an event, of course, or maybe you're a person who does consulting and you're able to do it online. That can be just an individual event that you make for people, like 2 hours of consulting, and here's how much it is. So that can actually be completely specific to a particular client if you need it to do that. The social profiles have been updated here. Yeah, it's interesting when you come here initially, what you're getting is directly to the overall activity, but you can go to your own specific pages and the things that have to do with you. So if I want to go to my personal page, the mentions, favorites, my friends, which groups I'm in, then I can do all of those things as well. And this is, like I said, we're moving a little slowly here at the moment. And then there's a variety of things. This is just one of our test ones that's in there. This is the piece person. Otherwise, it would be your name and your title, photos. If you have videos that you've put in here, you can add those as well, audio books, and any files that you want to share with people. So it's quite useful, and you'll be able to promote anything and everything, including your own products and services. There's a couple things that will be added to the account system. The auctions all work. The affiliate system is working as well. These are all of your orders, things that you may be able to download. There's a lot that actually goes on in here. When you go to your request for withdrawal, that is a page that is being worked on for the banking and cloud credit system that's being hooked up to the wallet. And I know a lot of people are interested in a variety of topics, such as when we'll be on the exchange. So we're working with one particular exchange. Looks like it could be as little as 10 days, but they're a particularly important exchange, if you ask me, because not only do you have a wallet, you also have an exchange, and they also have access for you to create banking accounts. Someone may even be on next week from that system, and it just depends on how available they are at that moment. So that's really an important first exchange, because as money comes into this community from people buying cloud credits, which they need for auctions, or maybe it's going to be with the prosperity program, then we immediately want that money to go into an account that is connected to that exchange, so we can buy back the SPADES tokens that are available on the exchange. And as long as we are buying tokens, then that should keep us with a stable and ever increasing value to our token. And really, that's the idea of this particular community, is that instead of there being just regular market demand for the token that you see with every other token, any demand there is for this community automatically becomes demand for the token, and it gets converted appropriately. So once you do have an account here, and if you want to take out your cloud credits, you will have a wallet that is provided by this provider. It will be connected to your account, and this way you'll have a seamless way to cash out. And since they're an exchange with swaps, you'll be able to then take your SPADES tokens and turn it either into any other kind of cryptocurrency that you may like, or you may even want to get yourself a bank account and move it in that way as well. And then lastly, they're coming out with a debit card. I've already seen them actually, so that you will then be able to have a debit card attached to the account, which brings everything together seamlessly. We're working really hard at this, because otherwise you've got a wallet over here and you have an exchange over here, and this exchange may not be able to be connected directly to a bank account, so that you have to go through all these steps in order to convert either your own SPADES into cash, or for us to take the funds that come into the community and buy directly immediately as quickly as possible without going through other exchanges and moving things around, which takes more time. And as everyone knows who works with cryptocurrencies, the more transactions, the more fees that you incur. So everything is moving along here pretty quickly. We certainly think this will be open for everybody before the end of the month. And we will open it up to certain people to be beta testers if they wish to. Leave us a note in the Facebook page where this will be posted. And pretty much that's the updates for today. I don't know if anyone has any questions, or Jack, you have anything to add?
No, I was just going to say, we really don't want to give times. We're definitely shooting for the end of the month. We could come across a couple other little things in the back end, but yeah, no, Steven's right. Everything is looking great. Most everything is done, and our developers are going to be talking to our CSS guy. That's going to be done. So people are able right now, Steven, you are opening it for people to create an account.
We're going to see who would like to, with the understanding that you can't invite other people yet, because as part of the affiliate program, we do track who refers who to the system. There are some rewards for that. And also they follow you into other profit-making programs as they're released, like the Prosperity program. But people who can come beta test will be able to work with their social profile. They'll be able to put something up for auction. We've done these things. We've already run auctions. Something's been sold, an auction has ended. All of those various things have been tested, but it would be nice to have some people from the community as well be able to go in there and start working on their social profile. There's so much that you can do there that is really a whole entire video in and of itself. That'll be part of the educational videos that we'll put on the site to make it easier for people to use it.
Roger. Okay. So you're going to have people come in and mess around with the site. I like that. All right.
So we didn't want to take any more time than necessary. People's time is still valuable. And really all we can tell you is it's moving along quite well. A lot of things have been tested, and there's still just really those last three things to do. And the most important is hooking up the wallet and the payout system. If getting paid out is the most critical thing for the community to buy the SPADES tokens in a timely manner where they don't fluctuate too much in value from the moment that something comes in to the time that we turn around and buy it. I mean, if it can be automated, we're actually working on that. And what it appears is that we will be able to do that after a little bit of time. We'll just have to build up the account enough so that it's matching the community bank to the SPADES tokens that are purchased. And then once, you've got kind of a little bit of a chicken and an egg there. So we will make sure to prime that pump for everybody so that it works out. And the nice thing too is the wallet people that we're working with that also have the exchange, and this will just be the first exchange. After this exchange, we'll then, we can go on Polynex now. There's other exchanges that we can go on, and now we'll have access to some of the bigger exchanges because we have a legal opinion paper stating that we are actually definitely, under their legal opinion, a utility token versus a security token. Then we'll be adding those, and it will just go one step, and we'll release them based on the demand and the need and what the investors want to do, and making sure that the token value stays in the positive and that nothing is diluted. That's basically what it comes down to. So,
all right.
Sounds awesome.
That's it, unless Scott or either of the Davids and
Sarah,
whoever else is out there.
I always keep the chat one. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So right now, my tokens are in the Tron links, Stephen, right? There may be others who have them there. When I know you're talking about having another link or another, wallet. Would we need to move? I guess my first question is, would we need to move that from Tron links into that other wallet? And then I guess my second question is, once we start after we get these three things taken care of and we start getting some traffic with the cloud credits and people utilizing the token, and it begins to gain value, where will we be able to see said value, and refresh to track the utility tokens
Right.
value in US dollars?
Sure. Okay. So you could move the Spades tokens that you currently have in TronLink, or some people have them in Trust Wallet, or they have them in Clever. You can move them to the another wallet, the one that we're requiring. This is the one that we pay out to. You don't have to. You can actually have Spades tokens a certain amount in a variety of wallets, just so you don't have all your eggs in one basket. So that's going to be up to you how you want to move them. You'll actually be able to move them from the wallet that will be connecting the accounts to other wallets. Maybe you prefer Clever, maybe you prefer Trust Wallet, or you prefer TronLink because you use a Chrome extension and it's easier for you. That's going to be completely up to you. Now, on the first exchange that we come out that has that wallet, there will be a price that will fluctuate based on the buying and selling. And then that will move even more as we add additional exchanges that we place the token on. So we don't want to come out on multiple exchanges simultaneously, because each exchange, we have to give them a certain amount of tokens, and we don't want to release all of them, that many all at one time. So you start with one, and then that will give a base price. And with that, then we can go to the next exchange that we want to be listed on. And we do have others that will list us. So then they would list us, and we have to release them a certain amount of tokens. So how quickly you want to go on additional exchanges is very much dependent on the marketplace. Otherwise, you're putting out too many tokens too quickly, if that makes sense. Right? You don't want to dilute the value of the token. If we release on 5 exchanges and they each need 1% of the tokens as an available amount that they can sell on their exchange, then you're releasing 5% of the tokens. And that seems like a large amount. So you have to build up demand, and then you can release more, because every time you release new and more tokens, you're basically, it's like diluting stock.
Right.
So there has to be demand for it.
Okay, but there is transferability between, for instance, TronLinks and the wallet on the site eventually.
Yes, no, I mean, immediately, even right now, you can transfer your Spades tokens between your TronLink wallet and, say, Clever, if you have a Clever wallet, or Trust Wallet. It's just like Bitcoin or anything else. You'll be able to move them all around to whichever wallet you want. And where you want them depends what you want to do with them. Some people will move them into a hard wallet right off the internet, so that if one of those sites goes down, you're still protected. You've got it on your own little hard drive. Some sites allow you to cash out directly through that site. Some sites only allow you to swap it into a currency that you can then move over to Coinbase, for example, and then cash out to your bank account. One of the reasons we're choosing the first place that we are, which is called the Gaia platform, is that you'll have more options in this one location than you generally have at other locations. So it'll have the most utility for you, because you will be able to swap it for other tokens. If you want a bank account with them, you'll be able to move it to a bank account so that you can then get a debit card and just use the cash where, like cash as a debit card. And it will have our value. And this way we're kind of forcing initially, for those who want to invest in it, that exchange will be able to sell directly to the public, which not all of them can do. Like, if you go to TronLink, you can't buy anything at TronLink. You can just hold things there. Clever and Trust, you can purchase. It's just you have to go through a bit of a process and get your debit card approved, and you should use a debit card, because otherwise it's treated as a cash advance, which they don't tell you. So we're being very careful in where's the first place we go, that you can do as much as you would want to do there, but still have the option to move it anywhere else that you feel more comfortable, or it has utility for you based on what what your plan is.
Yeah, it sounds like a great alternative, but I get, yeah, in summary, I'd be able to move from Tron Links into that exchange if need
Yes.
be. Okay, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Stephen, we'll have, with that transfer, you can freeze your Tron and reduce the cost of transfers, right? 'Cause
That's correct.
That's one big thing with me is I do trading and all sorts of stuff. And like you said, I've got multiple wallets. I'm flopping things all around. Fees are like very expensive, you know?
It can be. Yes. No, the wallet that we're working with, the people and the exchange, it's not just a wallet, it's a wallet exchange bank.
Cool.
So it's one step further beyond Coinbase. They are specifically putting the Spades token in there for us. So they already will have Tron, because as an asset of Tron, that gives you the option to freeze. You'll still need to freeze Tron. We'll be explaining to people, like, look, if you earn, or as you cash out cloud credits, or if you have Spades tokens already, you're going to want to turn some small amount of that into Tron. Just, 20 Tron, which right now is, it's a little under a dime. And so it's a couple bucks worth. All right. And then if you freeze that, which is the same as staking for people who are familiar with this, you're staking it, meaning you're not going to be able to use it. It's not in circulation. It's frozen. And that's the wording that they use. So it can't be sold. As a result of that, until you unfreeze it, then it can be sold, of course. But you have to freeze it for at least 3 days. And for doing so, they give you bandwidth and energy, which a lot of people, unless you're familiar with Tron, you don't know what that is. It's the equivalent of GUI or gas. It's the equivalent of the charge that you get when you move Bitcoin. It's the energy necessary to make a transaction. And by freezing or staking it, then you earn credits, essentially, kind of like our cloud credits, which then cover the cost of a transaction, including Spades transactions. So, because Spades are under the Tron, Tron is a protocol and Spades is an asset of it, kind of like Ethereum. You have Ethereum and it's a protocol, but there are hundreds of cryptocurrencies that run on that protocol. They're under Ethereum. So we're the same thing, but we're under Tron. So their system of energy use is what is utilized when there's a transaction fee. And by freezing it, you can make it essentially free for yourself when you do transactions.
Hypothetical question, Stephen, based off of your response to his question, because I'm not a pro when it comes to this stuff. I've never frozen any assets or staked anything before. Since my tokens are all in Spade, but I have the opportunity to move some of that into Tron within Tron Links, right?
Yeah.
Would I need to first move some Spade into Tron Links, then freeze it in order to cover the fee to then move it into the exchange that we're joining, Goya? Or does that not make sense?
Yeah, no, that does make sense. And yes, you would, because you're making a movement. So you have two choices. The fees are not very expensive with Tron. So you will need just a little bit of Tron. You can probably swap it. I'm not an expert on Tron Link, frankly, more on how the community works. So you may get charged. I've done it where I got charged for moving something and it was about $2, which is a lot different than when I tried to do something with Ethereum and the charge was like $280.
Oh, wow.
And there is a video on our YouTube page on how to freeze assets, and it's quite short. It's just over a minute long. And we will be providing that education for everybody.
Okay, awesome.
one of the many reasons why we staying away from the Ethereum network. We went with the Tron network. It's faster, way cheaper for everyone. It's streamlined. They make it a lot easy in many ways.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. No, and we will be providing a lot of education for new people, because we're going to have a lot of new people to this community. One of the things we're trying to do is make cryptocurrency easier. At least this is a first step into it. And you'll be able to come to the community and even just buy cloud credits and then just exchange cloud credits directly over for Spades, even if you didn't earn them. So this makes it a very simple one step, but we have a whole community there so that people can earn into it as well, which I think is really nice. And it's necessary, again, for the very large community of users from the developing world that we believe will be utilizing this system through the charity partnerships. So for them, they don't have a credit card, but they can come in here and they can start to earn something from nothing. So that puts the risk factor, even for someone from the first world, far less than it would normally be.
That's awesome.
I mean, I mean, just from an outside standpoint, because I've just gotten into crypto since December, but being able to come in and host an event, get a job, do commerce, do like, profiles or, Facebook type stuff, come in and do my banking and do exchanges without bitten cost fees. And just have the wallet attached to the exchange is that's huge. Yeah. And then have a bank on the other end of it. That's not, as far as I know, that's not out there that much. So
no, I'm not familiar with it. I mean, Coinbase is very good, of course. I mean, you've got an exchange and you have a wallet all in one, and you can connect your bank account to it. The problem is Coinbase fees are very high, I think. And also they're very selective. They only have a few currencies, more than 3, but they only have a very limited amount of currencies, and you have to pay them a whole lot of money if you want to get your currency listed there. So they're just the most well-known, and they do have a good infrastructure. We want to make it simpler and easier. And like you said, other people don't really have a community around it that gives added value to the token itself and allows people to engage in commerce. And that's what we want to do, is we want to really provide a specific example of why and how a cryptocurrency can be used in a way that is a true utility. I mean, most people that I'm aware of right now just invest in a crypto because they hope that it's going to go up, but it doesn't really have any specific utility. Be Social is different. There's some others that are different out there. And they have their specific niche of what it is that they do with their tokens and with how their infrastructure works. Ours is very straightforward, and it's things that people are quite used to. They're used to using Facebook. They're used to using LinkedIn. They're used to using eBay if they do auctions. They're used to shopping. And probably the biggest difference is that we've got very specific things programmed into our community that will allow everybody in the community to earn something simply for participating in it. Because there's pools that will be shared with people, from the sale of tokens on the exchanges to a portion of the revenue through the rebate shopping, and then programs specifically for wealth building like Prosperity Program.
I would support like a conference, like an opening educational conference, where like I would buy a ticket to this Spades conference through the host site, right? And it would be a physical event, where we could have seminars and stuff on the various utilities, and then that would benefit the community as well.
Yeah, eventually we certainly hope to get to doing things in person. A certain amount of education is really necessary for everybody, so that will be free, basic things. The Prosperity Program actually has been turned into a VIP club. It'll be a private club within the community that's restricted unless you've paid the $25 for the Prosperity Program. And those will be really advanced education and good education and access to experts, not even just at this few-day conference, but whenever you need it. So we've turned it into actually what you're buying is a membership, and it's only $25. But it also lets you then, of course, refer the product because you have it. You have to be a member to refer a member. And again, that program, we pay out 80%. You know, when we go shopping through Amazon, we get like 1%. Some of those other things we may make 10% or 7%. But on this one was built from the community for the community. So we're paying out 80%. And let's say you sold 10 a year. Well, that'd be $20 is 80% of $25. So you'd only make $200. But the way we're doing it, if the average person does 10 a year, less than one person a month that they refer to the club, then you make over 50 grand. And it's just a matter of the compensation model. That's all it is. But I like your idea, and we hope to get there eventually. That's a little bit down the road, but you know, we want to do things digitally because a good portion of our audience will be from not the United States or Canada necessarily. And it's whatever we do should be accessible to everybody equally, and we can do that digitally through this program. But you know, frankly, any member who wants to put on an event, you could do it yourself, David. You could say, look, hey, here in Florida, if you're in the Florida area and we have 1,000 people from Florida and they all want to get together, you could actually put on that event. Anybody can do what they want here. It's their community.
Cool.
I'll come.
Good.
I'll fly
Good
in
point.
to do that.
Okay. I'll have you.
So, well, I just got back from 3 days. I'm a little bit exhausted. There was trucks driving by our yurt last night, so I have not slept. But Jack, if you wanna take over, say a thing or two or whatever you want to do. Well, there was one other thing. I've had a few people ask me if we could do this on Tuesdays instead of Thursdays. I'll put it in the Facebook and just see if people respond. If they don't, we'll probably just change it to Tuesdays.
Yeah, take a poll, definitely. I mean, I wish we had that part of our website already done for polls and all that.
Well, they do work. It's just the people don't have an account yet, so they can't.
There you go.
They can't
Okay.
vote, but all the polls do work. They do work.
Nice. Yeah, no, nothing, man. Just looking forward to this thing being launched. And of course, we have a meeting tonight with our developer, but everything's underway.
All right. Well, I think that's it. We'll cut it short.
Cool.
Thank you, Scott.
Toby says, what's up?
Nice.
Bye.
David, where's your cat? The other David. Oh, you're muted. That's fine. Awesome. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to the meeting.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Have a good one.
Stay on it. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.